Hi and welcome back to my Total Gym series. In this we're going to be covering legs. Can you just excuse me for a second? Can you please be quiet? We don't any of that, thank you. Okay. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Right, I just need to get changed and we can get to it. Okay, I'm all changed and ready. Keep on watching. Legs are a very important part to work out. As the old saying goes, the tree's only as strong as its roots. And so, as it goes for the legs and the body. No matter what age you are, it's extremely important to work out your legs. But even more so as you get older. I'm 54 next month, okay, so it's very important for me to work my legs. And the reason being is this: as you get older, your outer extremities tend to atrophy, the muscle reduces more so than the core. So the legs obviously suffer first, and things like the forearms. So this is why it's very, very important to keep your legs strong. Look, I'm never gonna, at 54, I'm unlikely to get huge legs anymore. But I'm still going to work them out as much as I can to keep them as in shape as possible. And as with any workout, please ensure you do a warm-up sets first, even if it's just a couple of light squats or some light squats on the Total Gym or doing it without the Total Gym. Okay, let's get started. So the first one I'm going to do is this basic squat. So I have quite an older Total Gym, and a lot of Total Gyms are like this. Some are not, some of the more modern, bigger ones aren't. But the squat plate on this one is very low and very small. So if I put my feet flat on there, okay, and especially if you haven't got very good flexibility in your ankles, to get your feet flat on that plate, with your feet on there, just look, I've already got a very short squat. So what I find is best to do is just put your heels right at the top of each corner, okay, and you can come really low down then, you can push through the heels, so you get a really good workout on all the thigh, the quads and the hamstrings, but especially the glutes. Okay, you can come lower and do what's called on the balls of your feet, and that would be more like a sissy squat. Okay, so on the balls of your feet. But if you really want to hit them glutes, the sissy squat will tend to work the quad a bit more. Okay, but if you want to really hit those glutes, you've got to get your heels at the top of the thing here, get your right in each corner, so you can come nice and low down, okay, and push up. Now, many people, as your legs get stronger, as you can see, I haven't got the bench set very high actually, but this is very easy for me. Even with the bench set high, I can carry on doing this for quite a while. So what you can do, the more modern Total Gyms do have a bar which is here, which you can add weight on. I don't have that. So if you have one of these, there is a trick you can use to add resistance to it, which I'll show you in a second. So what I've got is a standard resistance band, and I'm going to wrap that resistance band around this bottom bar here. So it's very simple. You just hoop that under, like that. Get a hoop there, and then you drag that through, like that. And then that's where it's hooked there. And then what you want to do is put it under the bench and attach it then to the underside of the bench at the top, which I'll go show you now. So just under the bench here is a little hook, just there, and that's where you hook your cables on. Okay. So when you're doing squats, it's always best to unhook the cables because it makes it easier. Otherwise, you'll have them clanking around as you're doing your squat. So I'm going to hook my resistance band onto that hook just there. So you want to get it over the top of this bar. It's not easy because obviously you've got to fight against the resistance of the band. Find the hook and hook it over. I'll just take a still of that so you can see what I've done. So now I've got the band attached, I'm going to get much better resistance. And you can attach 2, 3, 4 of these bands if you wanted to add that resistance, okay? So I'll just test that out. I want to get nice and low. Again, heels on the corner of each plate, okay? Pushing up, and now I can feel much better resistance in that squat. So when you're doing your standard squat, or when you're coming on your balls of your feet and doing your sissy squat for your quads, you get a much better resistance and a much better workout. And of course you haven't got to do as many reps then. So if you want to make it even harder for yourself, you can always do what's called a unilateral exercise, which is where you're doing one limb at a time. Okay, so basically what you do, you put your one foot on the bench here, and then you push here, and now, whoa, I can really feel that now, because it's one leg doing all the work. Oh, wow, that's a lot better. So you can see me straining there, okay? So that adds a lot more resistance, one by putting the resistance band on, and two, by just doing a unilateral exercise instead of a bilateral exercise where you're using 2 limbs. Okay, I'm a little bit out of breath because I did the other side. Otherwise you're going to get muscle imbalances, so it's important not to just do one side. Even when I'm demonstrating on the video, I still did the other leg. I do on one leg more muscle or more tone than the other one. So the next we're going to do is work the calves. Again, these are a forgotten muscle group, and it's important to focus on the calves, otherwise your legs are going to be a little bit weird. If you have big quads and hamstrings and teeny weeny little calves, okay? So it's very important to work the calves as well. So very simply, you turn onto your belly. Now I've still got the resistance band on here, so if you find it too hard you can always do it without the resistance band, but I'm doing it with the resistance band at the moment. But you will find it's very hard because obviously you've got that, it's going to be spring loaded. So from here, just put your heels on top of the plate. Okay, and what you want to do is just lower down, so you've got a full stretch at the bottom, and then push up to the top, squeeze, and then back down. And if you find that a little bit too easy, all you do, again, unilateral exercise, put your foot more into the centre, pop that onto that one, or if it's the other side, just pop that onto that one, and from there then, lower down, come up to the top, squeeze, and back down. Okay, I'll be back in the next segment to show you quads and hamstrings. So next we're going to do hamstrings. And what I've done, they come with an attachment which you put at the top. Got pads here and handles here. And what you do, you just slot your ankles through here so you can do your hamstring curls. So again, a little bit awkward to get into. Okay, you're going to hold up these handles, pop your legs through the stirrups. Okay, looks a little bit like you're giving birth. And from there, hook your feet up and hold your feet on there, and then lie back onto the bench. And then from here then what you're doing, you're pulling up to the top and then squeezing at the top, so you're like a bicep curl. Don't forget the hamstrings are the biceps of the legs, okay? And coming down here and back up. Squeeze! Woo! Squeeze! Oh. And that squeeze at the top. If you find you can't squeeze at the top, then lower it down a little bit, because you need to have that squeeze at the top. If you just cannot release, that's no good. You need to have a squeeze at the top, a pause, and then slowly back down with the eccentric, lower it under tension. Squeeze, whoa! That squeeze at the top really gives that tight contraction. So that's pretty much all the muscles covered. Done the quads with the sissy squat. Did pretty much the all over with a standard squat. And you've done the hamstrings and the calves. But there are some other exercises you can add to it, just to mix it up a little bit for variety. And don't forget, this is essentially a cable machine. That's all it is really. So you can buy cable machine attachments for it. And what I've done is I've bought this cable attachment. Basically goes around your ankle here, and it makes it much easier if you want to do things like hamstring curls and leg extensions for the quads. So I've only bought one because I wanted to try it out. Okay, so I've taken the stirrup handle off and I've attached this on, and obviously I've attached the cables back to the bench. So I'm going to show you 2 ways you can do the extension, and also how you can do the leg curl with this band that goes around your ankle. Okay, so you may find it just a little bit awkward to get on and get in position first of all, especially for the first one I'm going to show you. But what I found is get this on your ankle first. So you undo it, loosen it, okay, pull that up, and then get your ankle into it, okay. Let's see. Then tighten up the Velcro, so that's on your ankle ready, okay. What you can do then is get the bench up to the top, get your leg to the bottom, and you want to have your bottom of your knee, the top of your knee just hanging off the bench. So your knee should be about here, and your top of your knee here, okay? Just there. So you want just here, and from there then, hold onto the bench just here, and then what you've got is a leg extension, okay? So now what I'm going to do is pop it onto the other leg. I'm popping onto this leg now. Don't forget, make sure you do both sides. Okay, pop it onto this leg now, and what you do then, you face downwards, with this facing away, okay, from here. And again, just be careful when you're getting on and off the bench. And you want to have your knee hanging off the bottom here. And what you've got then is a leg curl, and it's very similar to a lying leg curl machine. My hamstrings are actually still a bit tight after doing the other one. Okay, so there's your lying leg curl. And again, just be careful when you're getting on and off the machine, because the machine won't pull you back. Okay. Now, keeping it on the same leg, I just twisted it round, okay? And from here, what you can do is pop it onto the bench here, hold the stomach in nice and tight, hold the bench here, and from here, let it pull you back. Keep your left thigh steady on the bench, just on the side here. Okay, and what you can do then is from here, you can pull up, squeeze to the top, and back down. And there's another leg extension. So you can do it both ways or either way, and they pretty much work the quad the same. There's not much difference in the one you lie down or the one you sit up like this. Okay, thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed it and got some ideas for your leg exercises. Don't skip leg day. Okay. Look out for my next series in my Total Gym, and I'll see you soon.